One of the brightest UFC welterweight fighters, Stephen Thompson, came over to MMA without a single defeat in his kickboxing career. He later became one of the favorite athletes for his excellent technique, beautiful, spectacular fights, and attractiveness. Before we get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content on MMA. Let's talk about Thompson's background and career a bit. Stephen Randall Thompson was born on February 11, 1983 in Simpsonville in the family of a professional fighter, Ray Thompson. The father of the future MMA star owned a children's karate school in South Carolina and worked as a head coach. Ray began to train his son at the age of 3, starting with exercises and general physical training, and gradually cultivated in him sports excitement and tenacity, as well as a love of martial arts. However, it couldn't have been otherwise in this family, where the sport has become a cult and a lifestyle. In an interview, Stephen said that his 2 brothers and 2 sisters were also professionally engaged in kickboxing. Stephen Thompson himself began training with his father at the age of 12. In one of the interviews, Thompson Jr. claimed that it could be sometimes complicated to have a father who works as a coach. His father fought in the 70s and 80s, and Stephen said he felt nothing but respect for the man. He added that his dad could tell the other coaches what to do, as he was the main one. In 2001, Stephen graduated from high school and plunged into his favorite hobby. Soon, he began to appear in the ring in amateur fights. However, the way to success was hampered by injuries. During one of his performances, the young man suffered a severe knee injury. He tore all of his ligaments. The doctor even made a disappointing prediction, the impossibility of further training and performances. But Stephen was only stimulated to continue fighting. A few days after the operation, the guy was already training while sitting. Thus, after 3 years, the sportsman not only fully recovered, but also succeeded in learning Yushinryo Kempo karate and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Until 2010, the kickboxer won 57 fights and did not have a single defeat. Such a brilliant sports biography did not go unnoticed, so in 2006, Stephen Thompson took first place in the list of the World Combat League WCL fighters funded by Chuck Norris. Famous MMA coach Firas Zahabi noticed Stephen and brought him into MMA. Firas signed him to legendary club TriStar Gym in Montreal, Canada. Thompson began to engage with fighters such as Georges St. Pierre, Rashad Evans, and Chris Weidman. From 2010 to 2012, Stephen performed primarily in South Carolina to promote the Fight Party, and again without a single defeat. The debutant showed excellent physical data: 170 pounds, 77 kilograms, at the height of 6 foot or 183 centimeters, becoming a welterweight fighter with a span of 190 centimeters. Thompson is widely regarded as one of the most accomplished fighters in UFC history. He has trained with former UFC welterweight and middleweight champion Georges St. Pierre and currently teaches with former UFC middleweight champion Chris Weidman. Thompson is widely recognized as a kind and respectful fighter. As of April 26, 2021, he is number 4 in the UFC welterweight rankings. Thompson is widely recognized as a kind and respectful fighter. As of mid-July of 2021, coming off a loss to Gilbert Burns in a great fight, he is ranked number 6 in the UFC welterweight rankings. With a rating of 5-0, the kickboxer started his career in UFC. The first fight in the legendary promotion took place on February 4, 2012 at UFC 143. Thompson's opponent was Dan Stitgen, whom the newcomer knocked out at the end of the first round. However, in his second fight, Stephen, for the first time ever, felt what it was like to be on the losing side. A fight with Matt Brown was challenging, and the situation was changing rapidly. As a result, after 3 rounds, the judges unanimously gave the victory to Brown, who was clearly just a better wrestler. The fighter from South Carolina for almost a year did not appear in the ring, and only in the spring of 2013, he fought with Nashawn Burrell. This time, the judges awarded the victory to Thompson. After defeating Chris Clements in the same year, Stephen had a bright and spectacular fight with Australian professional Robert Whittaker. The fight, which took place in Las Vegas on February 22, 2014, was called the performance of the evening. Stephen's career continues with a series of significant victories. The featherweight fighter beat experienced fighters like Patrick O'Tay, Jake Ellenberger, Johnny Hendricks, and Rory McDonald. On November 12, 2016, Thompson fought for the title of UFC champion. Tyron Woodley came out to compete for the championship belt. According to professionals, Woodley was the leader in this fight, but Thompson managed to withstand it, and the fight ended in a draw. After his defeat, Thompson was able to rehabilitate himself in the fight against Jorge Masvidal, which took place in November 2017 in New York. In 2018, Stephen participated only in one fight against Darren Till, almost until round 5. None of the opponents showed a clear advantage, but in the finals, Darren knocked out Stephen. Although he recovered quickly and continued the fight, the judges awarded Till the victory after all rounds. Almost until round 5, none of the opponents showed a clear advantage, but in the finals, Darren knocked out Stephen. Although he recovered quickly and continued the fight, the judges awarded Till the victory after all rounds. In March 2019, Thompson fought with Anthony Pettis, the titled American, who made significant progress in the lightweight category and decided decided to make his debut in the semi-middleweight category. Pettis' debut was a success, and he knocked Thompson out with his hands in the 5th minute. Thompson faced Vicente Luque on November 2nd, 2019 at UFC 244. He won the fight by unanimous decision. This fight earned him the Fight of the Night award. In 2020, Thompson faced Jeff Neal on December 19, 2020 in the headliner UFC Fight Night 183. He won the fight by unanimous decision. This win earned him the Performance of the Night award. In Thompson's last bout, he lost to Gilbert Burns July 10, 2021 at UFC 264 via decision. Personal life. It's known that he's not married. And is very attached to his family and parents. The fact that the family is very important to the fighter is reflected in his posts on Instagram. He often shares photos of his parents, sisters, and brothers and their children. Stephen Thompson is famous for his non-conflict, calm, and friendly character, and is the only fighter who goes into the octagon not for the sake of glory or money, but for the sake of a thing he loves more than life. In his spare time, Stephen trains children in karate school and calls this activity his favorite one, which brings positive emotions. Stephen Thompson has a net worth of approximately $4 million. His biggest ever payday was against Tyrone Woodley at UFC 205, which ended in a draw. Thompson took home a whopping $460,000 that night. For his rematch against Woodley, Thompson made a huge amount too. He made $410,000 that night at UFC 209. Thompson's last fight for his last win over Jeff Neal is $320,000. His total career earnings amount to $2.33 million. Endorsements. Thompson endorses a vitamins and supplements brand called Transparent Labs. He also has his own YouTube channel where he breaks down fights, posts training videos, and a lot more. In 2017, Thompson signed a contract with the modeling agency IMG Models. Social media presence. Widely recognized as not only a great fighter, but also a kind and respectful one, he was the winner of the Nicest Mofo Award by Ariel Helwani in 2019. This is also one of the reasons he's so popular within the MMA community, garnering huge followings on Instagram, Twitter, and his new recent YouTube. On Instagram, Stephen has over 700k followers, where he shows off both old and new photos. This includes his previous bouts and kickboxing highlights, as well as the students training at Upstate Karate, a gym that is run with his father, Ray, and brother, Tony. As we said, Wonderboy runs a large YouTube channel where he provides commentary, predictions, training videos, and more. It's garnered over 350k subscribers, and some of his most popular videos have over 1 million views. This is a goldmine for fans who want to better understand their favorite fighter and aspiring mixed martial artists who can learn and see what it takes to be at the top. Not only is it a great way to gain more exposure, but this all feeds back into attention for Stephen's fights, gym, and earnings. With fights alone, it's estimated that Wonderboy has earned just under $1 million from fight purses. He's also the main card in 5 UFC pay-per-view events, putting an estimate on his net worth to be over $4 million presently. This doesn't include his popular gyms and the YouTube revenue he can make when garnering millions of views. So how does Thompson spend all his money? While some fighters might be living in their fancy sports car or buying $1 million yacht, Stephen has kept his expenditures low. Yes, he has cars and wears top quality, but he is not the extravagant type. He's also shared a lot of the fame and spotlight with his family. If he wanted to, he could probably just stick to training and fighting, but take time out of his day to be a trainer at his gym and make creative YouTube videos for supporters. This shows that Wonderboy at his core is someone that loves the sport of MMA and wants to share that beautiful knowledge with the world. Wonderboy, just like other celebrities, indulges in a lot of philanthropist acts, but the actual figures are unknown due to Stephen's private nature. One thing that Thompson isn't doing is showing off his new suit, car, or house. Actually, he's kept all that under wrap, and we rarely get to see that side of him. However, some fans have done some snooping around and found that Stephen has been spending a lot of time with the ringside lady, Red Dela Cruz. She was shown in photos with the elite fighter after they were touring the Philippines together. It's hard to tell, given how private Stephen is with his life, that they've continued this relationship or if there was any at all. There you have it. Leave us a comment on your thoughts about the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on your notification icon to get updated whenever we release a new video. Thanks for watching.